All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the show. This is your host of the evening, DJ Just Jay with Just Dimes ENT. We haven't been live in a little while, and I want to say thank you guys so much for your patience. We are back now, and I am ready to pump these shows out, ready for you guys. Now, we're going to talk about some things that might not sit well with some people's sensibilities. There are going to be some stories that are a bit polarizing because of the nature, and I want to warn you guys, if you are sensitive to child abuse or anything like that, that is the subject that we're going to be dealing with. I don't want you guys to be offended by anything that I say, but we are going to advocate for children first. That is your warning. If you want to exit the channel, I totally understand. All you got to do is hit that red X in the top right corner. Does everybody know why you should hit that red X in the top right corner? Because we don't want you to flaggy our videos. There's no need to flag the channel. All we ask you to do, out of respect, is just exit. For everybody else, this is what happened. This lady right here, this horrible looking individual. Yes, I'm going to dog her looks because I don't understand why we can't put the hamburgers and fries down and the T-bone steaks and these sodas. If you notice that they are making you look in a sloppily fashion, I'd say just put them down. That's just my opinion. We die of heart disease in the black community at a very high rate. It is something that plagues our community and mainly plagues our black sisters. If you guys are down with the black movement and all of that good stuff, then you ought to be down with good health. We definitely need to drink more water and put the sodas down. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Let you guys know that's what my thought is. She's a daycare worker, and her name is Wilma Brown. That's the one right here. The other lady, we're going to get to her in a moment. Now, there was a daycare worker in Missouri, in St. Louis, that was charged on Thursday with child abuse after she was captured on surveillance tape. And we do have the surveillance tape if you guys want to see that. Throwing for what? She threw a 3-year-old girl into furniture. She picked the little girl up. Keep in mind, this is a big woman. You'll see her on the videotape. You'll see she's pretty big. She's probably bigger than me. Keep in mind, I'm about 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", 280. I'm not a small guy. And she looks bigger than me. Just put that into perspective for a moment. If you guys have ever met me in person, you know I'm not a small guy, right? Now, the North County Police Cooperative identified the former employee as Wilma Brown, who is age 27. She looked like she's about 47, but nonetheless, her name is Wilma Brown. W-I-L-M-A Brown, spelled traditionally. She was issued a felony warrant. And it was issued for her arrest after the incident that happened on February the 1st at Brighter Daycare and Preschool in Pine Lawn, which is outside of St. Louis, police said. I've never even heard of that. Pine Lawn, like pine box, Pine Lawn. Now, Brown, who was in the daycare surveillance video, appears to grab the child, wrote that the child, on the incident report, she wrote, which is this part of the video right here, wrote that the child suffered a bump on the head after falling on the carpet. That's quote unquote, according to a copy of the unintentional injury form provided by the family's attorney, Jennifer Hansen. I want you guys to take 2 pens, bookmark that part of the story. If you don't have 2 pens, borrow one from a friend or borrow one from a family member. Take 2 pens. Bookmark that part of the story, all right? Now, let's keep going because we're going to come back to that. Now, the toddler was treated at the hospital for a gash. This is how hard she threw this kid. If y'all have not seen this, it's not cute at all. She threw this kid so hard that the kid was treated for a gash in the middle of her forehead and swelling in her face. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind that this is a 3-year-old. Remember how we've talked about this before. Remember, we've talked about this, how small and how fragile child bodies are. Their limbs are very frail. Their bodies are very frail. And remember, as we advocate for children first, these children cannot defend themselves. So we're going to speak about people that handle these children in a dangerous way, in a very harsh way. They're just words. Guys ought to be able to absorb that, right? Now, she received 7 stitches. Please put that into perspective. 7, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but was thrown so hard by Wilma, right? 7 stitches. Was thrown so hard that this 3-year-old baby needed 7 stitches, right? Then was readmitted 2 days later after the wound became infected. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of personal information while we're in here. 172 people right now. That's great. Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up while you guys are listening, okay? Help me out. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, because I'm going to talk about something that I'm going to try not to get too worked up about, okay? Because it's a little difficult to talk about. Now, the family grew concerned after the child's medical issues seemed to be more serious than initially reported and asked to see the daycare surveillance footage. So, good job for the parents. I'm going to tell you guys a real quick story about 2 people. One person I know personally, one person I do not, but I know the story. My sister Paula, I know she might find my content a little bit difficult to absorb, so I don't know if she watches it or not, but I will tell you this. Her daughter had suffered a broken leg. Her daughter went in for a medical procedure to fix the broken leg, okay? It was bad enough to a point to where it had caused some blood clots to start to form. And whenever you have blood clots, that's already a dangerous thing as it is. That's already a life-threatening kind of thing, okay? Now, what they have to do is they have to try to thin it out. The way that they thin it out is they put something in you. I can't remember exactly what it is, but to kind of thin out the blood, they give you blood thinners. Sometimes it works, and in some fatal cases, it doesn't work, and she ended up losing her baby. That is my sister, and I love my sister, and I don't think that there's anything more traumatic in life to have to go through with burying your child. So, to my sister, I love you, and, my heart is with you. I'm always thinking about that. Second story I'm going to tell you guys. Are you guys familiar with the young lady, the Ivory Queen of Soul, by the name of Tina Marie? Her name is spelled Teena Marie. Have you guys ever heard of her? Because this is all going to tie together. Tina Marie, very beautiful woman. I think she did throughout a lot of her career. She was around Rick James. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with my history on this, but I'm going to kind of speak in general. I didn't even know that Tina Marie was dead. Do you want to know how she died? Tina Marie was relatively healthy. What it was because she had to do a lot of traveling, obviously, because she's an amazing singer. She's known as the Ivory Queen of Soul, which is a very, very high compliment. Again, remember, there's a reason I'm telling you this. Tina Marie was staying at a hotel. While she was staying at the hotel, you guys know that hotels a lot of times will put up decorations, things on the wall, picture frames, nice aesthetics. I'm sorry, I can't say that word. Aesthetics to make the hotel room look nice, right? Well, over the bed, there was a picture frame posted over the bed. Tina Marie was laying down in the bed. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Tina Marie was laying down in bed when out of nowhere, because the picture frame, which was probably really big and heavy if she was staying at somewhat of a decent, even if she wasn't staying at a decent hotel, sometimes those things are just super heavy. And it came off of the wall and crashed into her head and caused a major league concussion and brain damage damn near. It knocked her freaking unconscious. And they had to get her to the hospital. And she never was able to recover, because what happened was it caused so much brain trauma that she ended up having seizures. It caused Tina Marie to have seizures permanently until the day that she died. So what happened was she had a seizure that was so bad one time that she didn't recover from it. Now, why is Just Jay telling you about my sister and telling you about Tina Marie and telling you about a 3-year-old at a daycare in St. Louis, Missouri? How do all of these things tie together? What we're talking about is trauma to the head. You guys catch that? Trauma to the head, trauma to the body, medical treatments, and having medical difficulties. Okay? Now, they said that this child had more medical issues than they initially thought because the womb became infected. Infections can kill, especially in a 3-year-old. The fact that this 3-year-old needed 7 stitches in the head, and the head is still forming and shaping and growing and trying to get strong. So it's actually it's actually extremely dangerous to have any kind of trauma to a child, to a baby. And this woman on the screen, this one right here, I don't like to refer to these people as human because I don't think that they are. You can't be human. What can a 3-year-old possibly do that's that goddamn bad? Can anybody answer that for me? It's too many times people say, why are you bashing black women? Why are you bashing our sisters? And you need to be uplifting them. See, that's the difference. Because I'm confused by that. If I was just picking a random person for no reason, they're just a good model citizen of the United States of America, and I go and start making videos about a person that hasn't done a thing at all, hasn't broken a law, hasn't done anything that they showed up in the news for, then maybe I can understand why you might make a comment like that. Guys, these are our babies. These are our children. These are our neighbors' children. These are our relatives' children. How many of you guys have ever put your child that are parents in daycare? Because me and my daughter's mom eventually had to. For a while, up until my daughter was about 2 years old, me and my daughter's mom worked it out to where I worked a job to where I was able to work on weekends, getting my 40 hours a weekend so I could keep her throughout the weekday while her mom worked during the weekday. So my daughter, which is why we have such a tight bond, spent a ton of her time with me. And shout out to my daughter. I don't know if she's watching this show or not, but shout out to my baby. Man, it's difficult to talk about. Very difficult to talk about because you have to remember that this woman could potentially be bigger than me, and she took her fight and her frustration out on a 3-year-old at a daycare. Now, if people want to talk about the schools are supposed to protect the children and nurture the children and all of that stuff, that's supposed to occur definitely at a daycare. These babies cannot defend themselves. They can't speak for themselves. And if this big old 345-pound woman come in and come hurl her big fat ass on top of you, it's not much you're going to be able to do about it. You guys catch that? That's the reason I'm tying these things together. Because these types of traumas to the head and to the body can be something that could take an adult down, let alone a 3-year-old baby. Now, let's get back into the story. Now, on February the 5th, the family watched the footage of the daycare's director, Hansen said. Now, Brown was subsequently fired, of course, for good for them, according to Hansen and Timothy J. Smith, an attorney representing the daycare. Now, Brown could not be reached Thursday for comment, and Smith did not say when she was terminated. Now, North County Police Cooperative could not be reached by that Thursday. Now, the surveillance video shows the girl hurled in the cabinet. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put up a special disclaimer because we have some very special people watching the show right now that apparently don't understand the fact that if this content offends you, then you could just click the red X, but it's okay. So I'm going to put a little disclaimer right here on the screen for the people that don't understand what they're going to see on the screen and don't want to be offended, but they're going to stay and watch the show anyway, right? The video shows the 3-year-old standing still at a desk before the employee approaches. The woman grabs the child by the arm, which you can see from some of these screenshots, and pulls her several feet, and then they say appears to hurl her into the carpet. But no, she threw this 3-year-old into the damn carpet. I saw the video. And you could hear a thud in the surveillance footage. That's how hard she threw the kid that needed 7 stitches. Now, a family member recorded the surveillance footage on a cell phone, and the family's attorney gave that video to CNN. So thank God that they did that, because I'm glad we were able to capture it. Brighter Daycare and Preschool Inc. will continue to follow guidelines and regulations to ensure the safety of children, Smith said in a statement. Now, Hansen said the 3-year-old's family hopes that the release of the video footage will result in justice for the child and ensure that other children are not harmed by the very people entrusted to keep them safe. I agree. In no world did this family have any idea that what was called a fall was actually an assault until the video was seen. Now, Hansen told the station the daycare could have reviewed the footage at any time, and they didn't. And they allowed the daycare worker who assaulted this little girl to continue to work at the facility for 5 additional days around all them kids. I want y'all to put that into perspective. Now, the child's parents have requested that their names not be disclosed, but of course, because they share my skin hue, they gotta be on camera. So of course, I have that video also. Are you guys ready to see the video? I'm ready to play it. We're getting ready to get the fair usage up on the screen. While we got 225 people in the building, I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up. It will share the show. Plus, it'll let a couple other people know that we're live so they don't have to watch it on the replay. Now, Hansen said the 3-year-old's mother feels terrible that this happened to her family. She is strong for her daughter, but privately she is wondering what she could have done differently. The daycare's attorney said that the daycare's teacher and staff are properly trained and extremely qualified. Providing a quality education and a safe environment is the utmost importance to our teachers and staff. But the Missouri Governor Mike Parsons said in a statement, even he saw it, and after seeing this horrific video and the videos from multiple cases in recent weeks, I'm committed to doing everything I can to protect our children and grandchildren. So shout out to him. That's awesome. Now, Hansen said the child is in a home from the hospital, and her family is consulting with a plastic surgeon in hopes of reducing the visibility of the scar on the child's forehead. This sweet little girl is getting lots of love and support from her family while she heals from her injuries. Now, there was a second employee that was charged, which is this one on my screen right here with half of her face cut off. So the police affidavit alleges that 22-year-old Ariana Silver, not to be confused with Grande, grabbed a 4-year-old girl by the arm and punctured her skin with her fingernails, right? Before carrying the child by the foot and dropping her on a cot. Wow. Police said the alleged February 4th incident was captured on video, although it's unclear whether that video will be released. I would love for it to. But Silver was arrested on Thursday. He's been held on a $50,000 cash bond. I think that's at least for her, I think hers is like attempted murder because, I mean, she could have killed that kid and the kid is suffering difficulty. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that should be attempted murder? $50,000 bond? Maybe, maybe not. Do y'all think $50,000 bond is fair? I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I mean, I know they have to set a certain number, but, you know, I mean, it's relative to the story, I guess. But she was also fired from her job, and according to the daycare statement, no one could find an attorney listed for Silver. So I don't know if she has a public defender or not, but Brighter Daycare and Preschool Inc. has provided exemplary high-quality educational and daycare services to thousands of children and their families for more than a decade, Attorney Timothy J. Smith said in a statement. The daycare has a long-standing reputation in the St. Louis community for outstanding care and will continue to provide exceptional daycare and educational services in a safe and caring environment. You know why? Because that's what attorneys do. Let's get this fair usage popping. Let's get it in. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
2 workers at a daycare in St. Louis are facing charges. We want to let you know the video you're about to see is hard to watch, but the child is okay. The shocking video is from a Brighter daycare and preschool. You see a worker throwing a 3-year-old girl against a cabinet there. St. Louis County prosecutors filed charges against Wilma Brown. She's the woman accused of throwing the child. Another worker, Ariana Silver, is also accused of hurting a child. Jennifer Hansen, the attorney for the family of the girl who was thrown, says that her parents thought she fell until they asked to see the surveillance video.
Man, guys, if this don't squeeze your heart muscles, I don't know what will. There's multiple videos that I'm going to show you guys that's going to have the same clip in there. We've already got the disclaimer on the screen. So, you know, we shouldn't get in trouble with YouTube. I'm hoping that we don't, but we'll see how it goes.
They were under the impression for 5 days that this was a fall and it was unintentional. And they had no warning going in that what they were about to view was an assault. What makes the family most concerned is that had they known on Friday, February 1st, when the accident happened, that it was actually an assault and not a fall, they could have provided additional details to the treating providers.
The child had a cut on her head that did require stitches. The daycare said the workers have been fired.
2 daycare teachers now face charges because police say they looked at more surveillance video and found more reported abuse. Wilma Brown is now charged with felony Class B child abuse for what Fox 2 first showed you in this video. February 1st, she picked up a 3-year-old girl by the arm, dragged her, and threw her against a cabinet. St. Louis County Attorney Wesley Bell said this just minutes after a judge signed the arrest warrants.
Things like this, you know, these are difficult to deal with because, again, we're dealing with people who are supposed to be caring for our young people who are vulnerable and defenseless.
Where have you guys heard that before? We advocate for children first. Why? Because we speak for the voiceless and for those that cannot defend themselves. That is our mantra here. So that's awesome. I'm glad to hear him say that.
And this is a serious matter, and I can tell you everyone in this office is upset about it.
The child's family reacted with this statement from their attorney. The family is pleased to learn that charges have been filed against Wilma Brown for hurting their little girl. They remain hopeful that the state will be equally diligent in pursuing accountability for the daycare and its owner. It happened here at Brighter Daycare and Preschool in Pine Lawn, where police say they discovered another case involving a second teacher and a second child. According to court documents, daycare surveillance video from February 4th revealed a teacher grabbed a 4-year-old by the arm, punctured the child's skin with her fingernails, and carried the child by her foot, dropping her on a cot.
I hope y'all understand how dangerous that is to be grabbing a 4-year-old by the leg and dragging them and dropping them. That is something that can kill them. I don't know if they have charges that are representative of what they actually did. Something they can actually get them convicted of. But I just think that's crazy. I know they can't charge them with attempted murder, but in my opinion, that's what they did. Let's keep going.
Ariana Silver faces a Class D felony child abuse charge for that report. We captured this video of police driving Silver into the St. Louis County Jail this evening. The judge set a $50,000 bond for Ariana Silver. He said there will be no bond for Wilma Brown. For the Fox.
It is really tough to watch a daycare.
I like that. No bond for Wilma Brown. Good, because Wilma don't need no bond. She don't need no fattening foods. She don't need no carbohydrates. And she don't need no ovaries. Oops. It's just Jay gonna get flagged for what I just said. It's a possibility. There's a possibility I could get flagged for that. But it's okay. Let's keep going.
Worker throws a child across the classroom right here, and she actually split her head open. This horrible incident was caught on surveillance video at a North St. Louis County daycare.
Our Christina Coleman reports that worker and another are charged with abuse. And we want to warn you, some of these pictures are disturbing.
We stopped by Brighter Daycare and Preschool here in Pine Lawn to see if anybody here had anything to say about these allegations. We stopped by just before 6 o'clock this evening, and they were already locked up and closed for the day. This is surveillance video from Brighter Daycare and Preschool. It was Friday, February 1st. It shows a daycare worker toss a 3-year-old girl across.
Golly, man. Guys, I'm going to back this up. We have more of this footage just staying alone. Watch this. This woman, I mean, she towers over these kids. That's not a little woman. That is a very tall blob of a creature right there. You guys see this, right? She's big. She's heavy. She's strong, as most queens are, right? And walks up. I mean, it don't look like the kid is doing anything. She's just standing there. That baby is just standing there, right? Let's keep playing.
From Brighter Daycare and Preschool.
Baby's just standing there.
It was
boom. Grab the arm. And this is also why I say that physically disciplining children is wrong. I just talked to my dad about this, and I'm going to tell you guys, I might have had a breakthrough with my father and just was kind of sharing to him my philosophy and why I don't spank my daughter or anything. I don't hit my daughter. I don't yell, cuss, scream at my daughter. I mean, in the black family, we understand what that's like. We all grew up getting our ass whooped and spanked. Most of us know that story. I know that might be foreign to some people, but we understand what she did right there. You gonna do what I tell you to do and come over here and I'm gonna grab your hand. I'm gonna grab you by the shirt. I'm gonna grab you by whatever I can. And I'm gonna throw you and sling you. A lot of us have either seen that or lived that. How many can attest to what I just said? A lot of us have either seen that or lived through it. Survived it. Shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor that says that most of us that experience the black community experience survive it. You're not nurtured in it. Most of us survive. And this little girl, more than likely, is going to survive this attack by a black woman. Grabbed her.
Friday, February 1st.
Pulled her against her will because she physically couldn't stop this big old huge woman from dragging her. Boom.
It shows a
bam. And I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but we're gonna play a different video.
It was Friday, February 1st.
Baby's going, and she's trying to brace for impact, and she hit the ground so hard that her head hit the ground first. I'm just asking guys a question. If you guys were to be walking and somebody tripped you and you fell down and you hit your head first on the ground as an adult, how would that make you feel? You think you'd be in pain if you hit the ground face first? Well, what do you guys think that felt like for a 3-year-old baby? A child, a baby. Face first.
It shows a
boom.
Daycare worker toss a 3-year-old girl across the
and she's in agonizing pain.
Room and into furniture. Take a look at that.
And then she gonna go over there and go antagonize her further. Get up off the ground and this and that. Y'all know how these parents have done. Y'all know how they do. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Again, Jennifer Hansen, the attorney representing the child's family,
ridiculous.
showed us these pictures of the girl.
Guys, look at this. 7 stitches and it got infected. Guys, that's a 3-year-old baby.
Injuries. She says an ambulance took her to the emergency room.
Look at that. Jesus Christ. Ooh, boy. Let it have been my daughter at daycare. Y'all would have never seen me on the internet. Y'all might have heard about me in prison somewhere. Because I'd definitely be doing a whole lot of time while somebody's doing a whole lot of time in the ground. No way. Absolutely no way. There's nothing forgivable about that. I want you to hear me again. There's nothing forgivable about what they did. To the family, if y'all are listening to me, There is nothing that woman did that is forgivable. I want you to understand me clearly. Me personally, I hold grudges. Because I think that as adults, we need to be held accountable. More times than none, you see that men are held accountable when women are not. Then if we're going to be lenient, then women have to be fair also. This is not fair to a 3-year-old child. That is a small, delicate little baby girl. That's ridiculous.
Room and her head was stitched up.
Look at that. Man.
Hansen says the daycare provided the girl's parents with this unintentional injury report, claiming the child bumped her head and fell on the carpet. Hansen says the daycare director
Who is that? That's Miriam. I agree with you. I don't want to say that, but I agree with you 100%.
watched the surveillance video with the girl's parents 5 days later, and that's when they saw this. Wilma Brown is charged with a felony for abusing this child. The child's family hopes the state will also look into the daycare. As the North County Police Cooperative continued to investigate, they found even more disturbing video. They say this woman, Ariana Silver, was caught on camera on February 4th, squeezing the arm of a 4-year-old so hard that she punctured it. Silver is in custody, and a warrant has been issued for Brown's arrest.
So I want you guys to imagine the fact that these women cannot control their anger so much and they're around these children, but you say that they are the most qualified. That's dangerous. The fact that they had the surveillance video, didn't review it or just ignored it, maybe just tried to give them a slap on the wrist behind the scenes. But thank God for surveillance video, because I want you guys to imagine, what if there was no video? There would be no justice for these children, and children will probably be dying and suffering. Y'all remember those videos I did of Daycare Fight Club? I did at least 2 of them. It's just ridiculous. Like, I don't understand what their focus is. Do they understand what children are? Jesus Christ, man. They're around all kinds of babies and they are just abusing them. I don't understand this. It's like, if you hate your job, don't work at that job. If you work as a CNA and you hate old people and people that need to be taken care of and cleaned up after, then don't do the goddamn job. If you hate people and their attitudes at these fast food restaurants, then please don't apply for a job in fast food or any other food job. There's somebody in the world that is going to be qualified for these jobs. If people don't want to take these jobs seriously, then I suggest don't ask for the job. Or you need to be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law, and maybe a little more, depending on what the parents want to do. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Then they shouldn't be applying for these type of damn jobs.
I had a chance to speak to the mother of the 3-year-old who police say was hurt here at this daycare, and the mom said she did not want to go on camera at this time. Reporting in Pine Lawn, Christina Coleman, 5 on your side.
Now, the attorney representing the family of the 3-year-old says she's also very concerned that it took the daycare director 5 days to watch the surveillance video.
You guys hear that? It took him how long?
The daycare director 5 days to watch the surveillance video.
After the incident has been reported, and this daycare is talking about their tenure in the community for a decade. And how long did it take them to review this video? How do you know other kids weren't traumatized before there was even really probably in a sophisticated surveillance video? And that video looks crappy and grainy. It's not even a good video. Who knows if they had video cameras back then? But it took them how long to review?
Concerned that it took the daycare director 5 days to watch the surveillance video that showed the employee toss a child into furniture. We dug up at least 2 other complaints at the daycare that the Missouri Department of Health investigated.
Oh my God. Do y'all see this? August of 2016. Talk about it.
In August of 2016, daycare workers failed to prevent a child from hitting and choking another child.
Daycare Fight Club. Did I not just say that? What's the other one?
And in June of 2016, a child fell out of an improperly sized chair and broke their leg.
Wow. A child fell out of a chair and broke their leg?
And broke their leg. Do you want to check on your child's daycare?
Woo-wee. Man, wow. Now, I'm going to let you guys take a look at this video one more time before we get up out of here. Y'all do me a favor while we still got about 235, about 250. I don't know how many people are here, but if you're just getting here, please hit the thumbs up. It will share the show and let other people know that my mic is messing up right now, but it's okay. I'll fix it.
On a Friday morning, the little girl's mother dropped her off as usual and went home to shower and get ready for work. As she was at home, she received a call from the daycare informing her that her child had accidentally fallen and bumped her head. She arrived at the daycare as an ambulance was arriving and realized the wound was much worse than she expected.
She desired to sit on this side of the table with her friend, but it's really not enough space there.
After her release from the hospital the second time, it occurred to the family that it seemed strange that she was suffered such a severe injury from an accidental fall. So they requested to look at the videotape. They came back to the facility, looked at the tape with the director. The director indicated to them that she hadn't watched the tape yet, and they watched it together.
Ooh, mic's really hot now. Shit. Hold on. All right, I think that's a little bit better. I need to stop adjusting this mic. I don't know what that 3-year-old girl did that was that damn bad for her to go over there. I mean, it seems like the kids are, I mean, guys, tell me am I wrong? But from this little bit of video that we can see, what is it that these children are doing that wrong? They're relatively in a single space. They're all at the table. I mean, am I tripping? It doesn't look like they're doing anything that could even look like it could be perceived as doing something wrong. Or is it just me? It could just be me. It doesn't look like these kids are doing anything wrong at all. I don't see them throwing stuff. I don't see them jumping off the top rope. I don't see them doing anything.
And what they
she walks over to this little girl and does this.
Believed was a fall turned out
grabs her by the arm
to be an assault.
Boom, yanks her, and she's airborne. Guys, that baby is airborne. Airborne. Boom. Jesus. Did y'all hear that? I think you can hear the sound effect. Listen to this again. Listen again.
To be an assault.
There we go. Here it happens.
Woo. That's not me playing no sound effect. Listen again.
Believed was a fall turned out to be an assault.
There we go. Here it happens. That was her.
Y'all hear how loud that was? Listen again. Listen again.
Turned out to be an assault.
There we go. Here it happens.
Wow.
That was her.
Wow.
No, it wasn't.
The family felt betrayed, disgusted, and devastated for their daughter.
And she went right for the paper towels. Oh my God. Wow. She went right for the paper towels immediately. When you not immediately went for 911 because we don't want to get in trouble with the white man. We go for paper towels. Oh my God. Just play the video.
They were under the impression for 5 days that this was a fall and it was unintentional. And they had no warning going in that what they were about to view was an assault. what makes the family most concerned is that had they known on Friday, February 1st, when the accident happened, that it was actually an assault and not a fall, they could have provided additional details to the treating providers. They're also hopeful that at some point along the way, the state will hold accountable this daycare and either shut the daycare down or take away its state subsidies.
Okay, I got a question. Should they take away their state subsidies and shut the daycare down or leave them open? I want to know. Just post the word in the chat. I want everybody to take a poll right now. I'm going to show these last two videos, and then we're going to be done for the night. And I want to say thank you for all of you guys coming to the show. Daycare open or daycare closed? I want you guys to post in the chat and post in the comments if you're watching this on the replay, and let me know what you guys think. Daycare open or daycare closed? Should they be closed and lose all of their subsidies from the state? Which means you have rules and regulations that you have to abide by, or should you just shut them down? What do you guys think? Open or close or shut them down? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. I'm going to show y'all this again so y'all can see this again. This is a grainier version of the video.
Incidents like this at one daycare now have...
I see a lot of people. Is that a real question? Yes, I'm actually asking a real question because, and the reason I'm saying that, Joyce, is because of this. Because there are things that are out of your control at daycares, and things will happen as far as daycare owners, and all you can do is try to make sure that you train people and hold people accountable and prosecute people when you can, when they've done something egregious. But when you have continuous negligence after negligence and incident after incident, then I would have to say that if it is a danger to the children, if it's a danger to the community, then I say you would have to shut it down. So I want to know what y'all think. I saw a lot of people say close and shut it down. Almost everybody did. Everybody said shut it down.
The St. Louis County prosecutor involved.
I'm just glad that they were able to do their investigation thoroughly and that they found out, you know, the information and evidence was true.
News 4 broke this story earlier this month when Kiara Graham told investigators a teacher at Pine Lawn's Brighter Daycare tossed her 4-year-old daughter like a doll.
Pictures. And this is the interview of the mother of the 4-year-old, the one that was just grabbed by the arm but broke the skin.
Worth 1,000 words. The video is worth about 1,000,000 words. It is, it's heartbreaking. I think if you would pick one word to describe it, absolutely heartbreaking.
Wilma Brown and Ariana Silver are charged with child abuse for separate incidents in February at Brighter Daycare.
They out here.
Only News 4 was there as Silver was taken to jail.
I'm sorry already.
The suspect's tears and moans, which Kiara Graham calls fake, are
y'all watching this? Ooh, we had a couple people leave. I hope y'all are watching this. Let's rewind this bitch. On camera crying, not because she hurt a child and the child suffered abuse and suffered injury and suffered trauma. No, we're not crying for that. No, we're crying because we're in trouble. Now we got to deal with the law because you're being arrested now. Look at this shit here. Look at this. Really? Crocodile tears, though? Really? See it again.
At Brighter Daycare.
They out here.
Only News 4 was there as Silver was taken to jail.
I'm sorry already.
The suspects.
What? Y'all are putting people's children's lives at risk. You could have killed this kid and you're crying because they're going to arrest you for it? Holy hell. Guys, this can't be life. This can't be life. This can't be the life we live. We can't be living in this society now. She's crying. This bitch is crying. Listen to this shit.
February at Brighter Daycare.
They out here.
Only News 4 was there as Silver was taken to jail.
I'm sorry already.
The suspect's tears and moans, which Kiara Graham calls fake, are nothing.
You think sorry is supposed to repair your child's head and potentially her brain and potentially end up suffering like Tina Marie, who ended up having seizures for the last remainder of her life and ended up dying because of the seizures, because of the brain trauma? Hello. Anybody hear me?
News 4 was there as Silver was taken to jail.
I'm sorry already.
The suspect's tears and moans.
Lady, sorry don't fix that. If that was my child, sorry wouldn't have fixed it. You wouldn't have had time to say you were sorry, in my opinion. Just throwing that out there.
Which Kiara Graham calls fake, are nothing compared to what she says she shed while watching video of kids being hurt.
And I want you guys, I'll tell you in a moment, sorry.
It was shocking. As a mother, you know, you feel helpless because you always want to protect your child. So to see anything like that is heartbreaking.
Yes, it is heartbreaking. But I want you guys to tell me what the other element is that's heartbreaking. Guys, let's finish this up. Let's finish this show right. Y'all haven't seen me in a week. I want y'all to tell me what's missing. What's missing in this story that y'all have been sitting and listening to? What's missing? Does anybody see anything missing from these two little girls that have been abused? One 4 years old, one 3 years old. Does anybody see anything missing? I'm waiting for the first person to say something in the chat. What are we missing? Hashtag what? Billie Holiday got it. Hashtag what? Loon Tune got it. Hashtag what? What's our hashtag here? Hashtag where are the fathers? Hashtag where are the fathers? There is no mention of a father. There are no rings, no wedding rings on the finger, meaning there is no commitment to being there for that woman or that kid. We continue to keep bringing children into this dangerous scenario that we know that these children end up having some of the worst lives possible when they're being raised by single parents. It is not a winning dynamic. Can I say that again? It is not a winning dynamic. Statistics have proven to us that bringing children into this world in this matter is a very dangerous thing to do. And if we care about children, if we care about our legacy, if we care about anything in this world, the least we need to do is care about those that cannot defend themselves, the children. There's no mention of a fucking father anywhere in this entire goddamn story. Not a father to cry, not a father to get mad, not a father to speak out, not a father to leave a statement, not a name, not a nothing. And this keeps happening. All these mothers, we want justice and this and that and blah, blah, blah. No fathers.
Graham is happy both employees are charged, but now wants a closer investigation of the daycare's owner.
She can't find better help. Like I said, it's good teachers there, it is, but it's becoming too many bad apples in the bunch.
What an awesome colloquialism. Too many bad apples in the bunch. What kind of, never mind, just never mind. Never mind. All right, guys, this is the way that we're going to wrap this thing up. You ready for my closing thoughts? Like to hear it? Here it go. My closing thoughts. At the end of the day, I don't want you guys to be sad about this story. I don't want y'all to be sad about this particular story. Is there anybody out there in the comment section or in the chat that can tell me before I even say it why I don't want you guys to be sad? I don't want you guys to be sad about this story. Ariana Silver needs to go to jail. She has a $50,000 bail. Wilma Brown, age 27, this chick has no bail, which rightfully so. Because in my opinion, what she did was something that was considered to be attempted murder, in my opinion. Okay? The reason why I said nobody should be sad about this, because the children lived. They survived. We should be happy. We should be thanking the heavens above that these children have survived these horrible individuals. They lived. This is actually a positive story if you think about it. Okay? And, I do this in order to shed light. I do this in order to continue to push our message here at Soto Nation to let people know. And we want to continue to spread the awareness in our own way. And I hope you guys can see our way as being unique. That I want you guys to be open-minded and just really think about this. If you see something, say something. This daycare saw something and they didn't say a fucking thing until they were forced to. That is negligent on their part, and I absolutely believe that daycare needs to be held accountable. If nothing else, at least temporarily shut them down. Make them earn it. In my opinion, the Democratic way does not work. This is all a political thing. If you continue to keep giving people things, I don't think that they're going to reciprocate that. You've watched the black community continue to dwindle, and we don't appreciate anything that we have when it's just handed to us. As kids, we didn't appreciate our parents just handing us over money. But if we did chores and we earned it and we cut grass, we took out trash, we did all of the things that we were told to do. If you were good, you got good grades, then you were rewarded. It made it work. It reciprocated itself. But you cannot continue to keep giving people things like this daycare. They're getting benefits from the state. You guys catch that? You continue to keep giving them things. You're rewarding bad behavior. Therefore, you will produce a bad result. Can somebody put that in the chat for me, please, before we wrap up? If you continue to keep rewarding bad behavior, you will get a bad result, because my memory is horrible. I know I'm not going to remember that. I know I say a lot of things that sometimes people will hang on to and they'll remember. And when I go back and watch the video, I'm like, wow, that was kind of deep. Like, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back or anything. But if you continue to reward bad behavior, you will get a bad result. This is a microcosm of the black, I can't remember whether it's macro or micro. I think it's microcosm of the black community. This is a problem that we see, and we want to fix this thing. We want to continue to keep speaking out for the children who cannot speak for themselves, because we advocate for children first. I want to thank you guys so much for coming through to the show. Thank you guys for hearing us out, and thank you for everybody not only that donated. Make sure you please like, share, and subscribe. This is your boy DJ Just Jay. We're signing out, and we will see you guys on the very next show. We're going to get it in this week, so you guys be prepared, okay? Thank you very much.